Hello everyone, welcome back. Another episode of Bitcoin in Real Life. Today is May 14th, and this article came out May 5th. I'm just doing a follow-up on my previous Bitcoin in Real Life video. It's let's see what it says. It's Bitcoin creator, supposed alleged, it should be alleged Bitcoin creator. I do not have the courage. If you haven't heard already, or probably heard, after the interview of Craig Wright, or Stephen Wright, Craig Wright, and I did analysis on the video on his body movements, facial expressions, whatever. I kind of really had doubts. Is he really involved? I don't know. Weird things are going on. Anyways, after that interview, there was a blog post and announcement made that the coins would be moved, as you read the rest of the article here. On Monday, the BBC gave extensive coverage to Craig Wright's claim that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin. Following day, as many in the cryptographic community tore into his claims, he promised further extraordinary proof. But in the last 24 hours, he first initiated an experiment designed to show that he does possess Satoshi's cryptographic keys, then done an about turn with a blog saying he does not have the courage. It was a lot of, if you had a chance to read the blog, his little blog, he didn't have the courage. I apologize for the two people that he claimed to show proof, which is John Matonis and Gavin Andresen, and basically didn't want their names to be tarnished, and that's it. I read it. I mean, it was kind of weird. He did the video. These two people, John Matonis and Gavin Andresen, come out saying this person is Satoshi Nakamoto, and then when it came time to provide proof to the world, cryptographic proof, private keys, whatever, it was unproven. It was not enough. It was actually, I would even say, falsified, fraudulent, what else? Just a whole bunch of other stuff. Just whatever the case was, it did not meet the standards of the general public of proof. So, and then after that, a claim of movement of Bitcoins, and as you go down further, let me see where he has a link. There should be a link. Oh, okay. So let's see. There is some links here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to it. Let's open that new tab, and let's see. There's another link. I'll open that in another tab. And so, let me see here. What is this? Oh, I don't know what this is. I guess these links are no good. And here is, well, there's the blog. You see it's empty now. Let me see here. There was a link to, apparently he had a PR firm and all that stuff. And let me see here. Okay, so here's the supposedly the guy here, this person who asked questions in the interview. So instead of sending the coins, moving the coins from one of the Block 9 Bitcoins from Block 9 that was rewarded, what happened was Craig Wright wanted the reporter and some other people to send Bitcoin to that address key, in which this is a link here. And here it is, and here's a transaction. Now there's 35 transactions. There's some recent dates to it right here. There we go. And it looks like people are, well, that was the last one right there, 666. Well, there's your other 6 people, 666. 666. That was the last transaction into it so far. But basically, where is? Let me see here. So where is his transaction? There's a lot of transactions here all of a sudden after that for some reason. But okay, so here you go. We'll just keep going down. Okay, so as you see here, it says no inputs, newly generated coins, and you see the quantity of 50. And then, as you know, this is Block 9 is where some of this was given to what is it, Hal Finley or something like that. Oh gosh, what's wrong? Okay, so there you go, Block 10 Bitcoins, another 10, 1 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoins, and after that it stopped because that was it. That was the last time, I guess, Satoshi Nakamoto. Gosh, what's wrong with this? There we go. Satoshi Nakamoto sent out some Bitcoins here. And then, for some reason, in 2013, someone sent Bitcoins here for some reason. And then, 2013. So last time was 2009. That was the last time it was any Bitcoins was sent out. And then you see incoming transactions for some reason. And it was, don't know what this is, but 2013 for some reason. And then here is your 2016, May 2nd, and for some reason, on the day of 666, it wasn't me. This is interesting. I wonder if we can follow the trail on this. Anyways, look into that a little bit later. So here it is, 2006-02, the day of Craig Wright's announcement. 666 is put out into the chain. The third, 0.11 Bitcoin. I don't know what all this is from, but the one that the reporter sent. Let me see. I think it was. I think somebody else sent some Bitcoins there too. This is the one that the reporter sent right here. This particular Bitcoin here, and supposedly, so he was told to send Bitcoin to this address, and then he would send the Bitcoins back. And so there you go. And then other people, for some reason, sent Bitcoins, and continually see sent Bitcoins on the 5th. And then the last transaction, I wonder if it's from that same address key. The last transaction, 666. Now, I just, kind of weird, I didn't do that, somebody else did, and I wonder why they didn't send 666 Bitcoins instead of 666 Satoshis, but 666 Satoshi. Interesting. Anyway, So far, no coins has moved as of today, which is May 14th, 2016. And then let me look at the other addresses where that other first 66 came from. So this is the other address, which sent out 66 Bitcoins from here. Let me see what happened here. So that's the Bitcoin that was sent, input outputs, and let me see where it goes. Let's see if we can try to follow it. And so far this Bitcoin has not moved since that transaction. So basically 666 Bitcoins went into that other address, and then the returning amount of Bitcoins went into this address and has since then not moved. Okay, so this is the other 666 here. Other 666. Let me see if that was a different address here. And then same thing, only two transactions, one coming into it, and then this going out of it. Of course, that takes us back to this particular address right here, and that's it. There you go. So kind of weird. I don't know if this is planned or someone did that. As you notice, it's kind of strange that if you look here, and I didn't do this, okay, somebody else is doing this, so either someone's playing around or someone's sending a message that this person is not really Satoshi. So it starts on the day of Craig Wright's announcement, because 2013 666, and then all this other nonsense, and then it ends with 666. So go figure. I don't know what to make of it. And no, I'm not making this up. You can go on there. And you can see that this is the address key right here. And you can see for yourself, no inputs, newly generated coins, and then the date in which those coins came into existence. Supposedly this is block 9. So strange. Can it get any stranger? Probably, and I'm sure it will. So there you go. There's that episode, and as of today, as of now, to this date, Mr. Craig Wright has basically, for the most part, vanished, disappeared. Sometimes I wonder if he was even real. Came onto the scene, unknown, anonymous, and then disappeared out of the scene the same way. Unknown, anonymous, but while he was around, he doesn't want any money, so please stop sending Bitcoin to that address, right? So he doesn't want any money. He doesn't want any adoration. So let's not give him any adoration. He doesn't want any. He's not looking for fame. He doesn't want any awards. He doesn't want any prize money. And I guess he wants to be left alone, which is not too hard to do since nobody believes you. And you know, I don't think you're going to get much attention after this. Who knows? Supposedly there's a lot of speculation that maybe 2020 hindsight, everyone, 2020 hindsight, that the coins will be moved or may be moved. Supposedly there's a trust in which no one can touch, blah blah blah. Obviously there seems to be a lot going on, more than what's in control of Craig Wright has the ability to do. So, if there's any truth into any of this, I would have to say that Craig Wright is not Satoshi Nakamoto. I still think he may be involved. Like who would just come out and just say, "Hey, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto," and try to prove it. We haven't had anybody to date try that other than Craig Wright, so there may be something to it. But at the same time, I think whenever he comes out again or resurfaces, no one will believe you. No one will believe you. And I mentioned in my previous video the reason. I mean, there's other reasons. Obviously, he was unable to confirm or unable to prove that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. That was probably the major reason why no one believes him. But another reason is something which I called the creator's curse. The creator's curse. And it's very simple. It's basically you're cursed by the creator, in which no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what proof you have that your claims of whatever proof of being the creator, even if you did move the coins, even if you did have the private keys and it was proven, no one will believe you because you've got the creator's curse, in which even if you are the creator, nobody will believe you. Again, the creator's curse. So you may have experienced that throughout, or it's possible that there's been occasions where that curse has surfaced every now and then. Someone making an extraordinary claim in which nobody believes, and then the whole world ends up being destroyed or something like that, or the known world. So there's been situations where, yeah, the creator's curse is real. No matter what you do, what you say, no matter what extraordinary things you do, people will not believe you. It's very frustrating, hard to overcome. Anyways, that's my follow-up on this story. If you didn't see if y'all didn't have the chance to read his last blog before it was deleted, and then all this other stuff about other people coming out saying he is Satoshi Nakamoto and all this other stuff and all this, and other people claiming that they know what's going on and all that. It's just weird. I think it's best that I think it's best that Satoshi Nakamoto remains remains anonymous forever. Will the general public accept the real Satoshi Nakamoto? I think at this point, no. Even if they had the private keys, and even if they moved the coins and whatnot, I think it's too late. There's been so many false Satoshi Nakamotos that at this point, any Satoshi Nakamoto that comes out at this point people will never believe you, ever, even if you did provide extraordinary proof. So in any case, I don't think it matters now because we're almost beyond this point of uh, you know it's it's no longer in the hands of Satoshi Nakamoto. It is beyond even the Bitcoin creators' control at this point. And in my personal opinion, I think Satoshi Nakamoto was just an apparatus. The sole purpose for Satoshi Nakamoto was to create Bitcoin into this world, and that was it. After that, um, well, definitely after since 2009 at least, um, or the last time Satoshi Nakamoto ever had any communication with anybody. Um, I think ever since then, the control of Bitcoin's evolution um, belongs to someone else, and that someone else has basically, or that entity, that being, has taken control, or is in control, or has a master plan in which things are unfolding. So, as it unfolds, I guess we're all going to have to decide which way to go. Which path to take. The road less traveled. Whatever. You get my drift. Anyways, let me just focus on. Well, hold on here. Let's just focus on this address here, the 9th block, in which a lot of scrutiny was on. Anyways, now let's talk about something I'm doing in real life now. Let me see. Before this whole Craig Wright scenario, I was talking about Belize, which is still in process. I'm forming new entities with other people, and that can be a challenge sometimes. So that can be a challenge sometimes. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. So anyways, I think I was talking about Belize and all that, and oh yeah, partnerships, new entities, expanding the use of Bitcoin, going into other countries, or penetrating into other countries. It is challenging, and because of that challenge, it almost becomes a chess game, a board game, and the world becomes literally a board game in which you have a hand in moving the pieces, and there are many pawns in this board game. Your adversary also has many pawns. Also, all the other pieces as well. And what you're going to find is a lot of misdirection, deception going on. Sacrifices, pawns will be sacrificed. A lot of things like that. And as I'm making my entrance into the world stage, so to speak, it's becoming more dynamic and a lot more complex. At the same time, it's also a lot of it opens up a lot of doors Um, and I've never done this before, so this is all new to me as well. Um, Everything I'm doing, I'm just being guided, pushed, pulled, and I just go wherever it takes me. You know, whatever country it takes me to, whoever people I meet along the way. Um, the journey is, well, uh, you know, it's hard because there is a fog. You know, when you do something unknown or new, or explore an unknown area or unknown territory, because there's no map. The only signs or things you see, for example, you know, when the only thing I have is a light to guide me. Well, if you're in a sea of darkness and you have the moon, you know, or you're in the middle of the ocean during the day, the only thing you have is the sun to guide you. So as I do these new things, the only thing I have to guide me really is I don't know how else to say it, but the invisible hand of the Creator, in which I am being pushed, pulled. It's kind of weird. Of course, nobody physically is pushing me and pulling me, but you know, certain things happen. Certain people come into my life. Some people leave out of my life. Opportunities appear. Signals show up. Signs are given. And I just follow those things. That's all I do. Where it takes me, I don't know. But I only can say is if you keep watching, you'll find out for yourself too. So anyways, this concludes this episode of Bitcoin in Real Life. You know, some of the things I do plan on doing, I'm getting closer and closer to reaching a certain goal, and once those goals are reached, other things will happen, and so you know, a lot of things are happening. A lot of things, you know, things are being built up, funds are being raised, and I'm not talking about getting when I raise, you know, the capital to do something. I don't go out and sell myself. I don't sell out to others. I don't sell out to you know, a bank or the financial establishment or even to or anybody else. I literally, from nothing, from thin air, create money. And I do that using Bitcoin. And with the creation of new money, purified money, money that came from the Creator, the original source itself, I'm able to grow and start building the new world, literally, from scratch. Probably building on top of the old world. So, anyways, this concludes this episode. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned.